Hi, this is Chris, and today I'd like to show you how you can create your first macro. So there are a couple of options. First of all, you should have enabled the developer tab, which is over here. Uh, if you don't know how to do it or you don't see it, I have created a video about that, and I'll put a link in the description below. So let's go ahead. So first of all, if you want to create a macro, you can just click over here, record a macro. Then you provide a name. I will keep it macro2. Shortcut. So if I want to activate the macro with a combination of keys, I can use, for example, Ctrl plus G. I would like to store this macro in this workbook. However, I can also store it in different workbook in case of Excel, or I can just create my personal macro workbook. And then if you are a programmer, you can put a description below. I will keep it like this. So let's click OK. And let's do something. So you can already notice that here the button changed. So now we see stop recording. But okay, let's do something. So for example, I'll write 1 and I'll click enter. I click stop recording. So now if I will click Ctrl G, it will put 1 into the selected cell. Now why it is so? Basically this is what I recorded. So I said to Excel, please for the cell that I have chosen, if I click Ctrl plus G, activate the macro and then put 1. Okay, but it's, I mean, it's a way of creating macro, but it's very limited. So for example, let's say I would like to, let's say, put 1 but in cell B1 always, even if I'm in the cell D3. If I would check my macro, it will not work. Also, one more note, we also can see that the macro also learned that whenever we put 1, come back to cell A2. So you can see, let's see once again, if I click, for example, on C5, I click Ctrl G, and then I have my 1 in C5 plus I'm going back to A2. Why it is so? Because this is also what I said to the Excel, to VBA to be more precise. Okay, so let's analyze our macros. So in order to access our macros, we can click on Visual Basic. And then if I click on Module 2, I see I have my macro over here. So like I said, in the active cell, this is just standard part of the code. Don't think so much about that right now, specifically if you're a beginner. Put 1 and then select range A2, so basically the cell A2 in our case. And then we can also see the name of the macro and the keyboard shortcut that I have chosen. With the shortcut you have to be careful because they may replace the standard function by default in Excel. For example, Ctrl C, it's used to copy a cell, but if I will put macro under it, then I will lose this capability to use this shortcut for copying. Okay, so basically here I have my macro. I can also come back to Excel, and in macros I can basically view all the macros that I have. I see my macro 2 that I created. I click on edit, and then I also automatically go to VBA. And from VBA we can start programming, but this I will explain a little bit more into details in future. One more note, the final note on that. So you can basically see that VBA itself is a separate window. And then the file that I'm using called demo world.xlsm has the extension XLSM versus normally you would see XLS, and then for the latest version of Excel it would be XLSX. So let's say I want to save the file with the extension XLSM. So just go File, Save As, Macro Training. In my case, I'll put it in a folder, and then you see basically over here I am saving as an Excel macro enabled workbook. Normally you would have this, or like set until 2003 it would be XLS. So if you don't save it in this form extension, with this extension, you will not save the macro. So it's very important. So I click Save, I want to replace the file, and then whenever I will open this file over here, I will find my macro either over here or over here. Thank you very much for your attention, and I wish you a very nice day.